Hello there, this is Tony from the Binomo YouTube team with you again. Today we will continue our deep dive into the world of trading, and I will tell you about the very popular but confusing for many topic of price action. Let's first figure out what it is. Some people mistake price action for a strategy or indicator. This is not at all the case. Price action is a trading style based on specific candlestick behaviors, in other words, patterns. By the way, there are a few different trading variants on our platform, assets and the CFDs. If you weren't aware, we can use the CFD or contract for difference to purchase assets at one price and then sell them at a better price later. It may sound complicated, but here's an example. A troy ounce of gold costs $1.78. We conclude a contract for difference on a price increase. If the price of gold rises to $1.79, the CFD rate will rise accordingly. After closing the contract for difference and selling the CFD at that price, we make a gain of plus 56%. If you're interested in the CFD trading, let me know in the comments. Today we will be discussing FTT trading as requested by users. Once again, patterns are candlestick groups signaling specific price behavior. No additional tools or indicators required. Do you know how many of those patterns there are? Hundreds, even thousands. But that doesn't mean that you have to memorize every one. Today we're going to look at some of the most popular and time-tested patterns. Let's go! The first model is called engulfing. It consists of two candles, the engulfing candle and the engulfed one. On the chart, the engulfing candle appears to be eating the one before it. This works for both bullish and bearish trends. Not so hard, is it? Let's try to find another popular pattern on the same chart, a 3-bar reversal. So, we have two candles like these ones going up, and a third candle completely covers them and then goes down. So, what do we see next? The trend continues downwards after that very candle. There's our long-awaited reversal. Okay, now let's look at another pattern. You see, there goes the long candle up, then the cross, it's called the doji candle, which is when the opening and closing price of the candle are the same. So, long candle up, doji, then candle down. This is an important signal of a future downtrend. It's called the abandoned baby. Yeah, I know it sounds strange, but it really wasn't my idea. By the way, we see the same pattern when the market reverses upwards. It's also an abandoned baby. Only the first candle is bearish. Next pattern is the one where three candles play a major role. And you won't believe what it's called. The three candles. This pattern signals an overall trend reversal. Just be careful, the candles should be about the same size and not have long shadows. The shadows are the thin branches that go up and down from each candle. If one of the candles is too small or has a long shadow, it will not work. Here you can clearly see how our pattern works. Do we see three candles? We do. Same direction? Yes. And then we have a reversal? We do. Congratulations, you're awesome! And again, it works the other way too. Basically, all these patterns can be applied to bullish and bearish markets. The names might be slightly different, but that's all. And let's have a single candlestick pattern for dessert. It doesn't have the most positive name either. It's called gravestone. But here it can be justified. The picture on the chart really looks like a gravestone. It often appears at the top of a trend and indicates a completion or reversal of it. Look, right here, we have a doji candle here. As a reminder, this is a candle that closes at the same price as it opened. On an uptrend like what we have, its shadows should be bigger than the lower one. It works as follows. We see an uptrend, we see a doji, we see the next down candle. We wait for the market to reverse downwards. The opposite also works. Downtrend, doji, up candle, expect an upward reversal. Well, look at that. We've learned 5 patterns today. And when you take into consideration that they work on both bullish and bearish markets, that makes 10. Of course, they are not all price action patterns, but it's enough to get you started. And with practice and success in trading, the number of candlestick patterns you use will only increase. That's it for today, and thank you for watching, guys. And in other videos on our channel, we will continue to share useful information for traders. Subscribe to our channel and click on the bell to learn more about trading and not miss any new material. If you're looking for a trading platform, try Binomo. Find out more about the bonuses and benefits of Binomo by following the link in the description. We hope that you will apply this knowledge in practice very soon and wish you productive trading. But don't forget about the advisory character of this video. There are no instruments and strategies that can provide 100% results. Experiment and find your own perfect style of trading.